On July 15th, Howard University leadership had a meeting, frantically trying to figure out how they were going to take their incoming freshman class of 3,000 and whittle it down to their projected number of 2,400. Did you know that from May through June and July, they continued to accept students? Over-enrollment, no big deal. But put a pin in that. I'll be right back. So let's go back to that July 15th meeting. Here's a screenshot from that meeting. They had to devise a plan to figure out who's coming and who won't be able to become a bison. So as you can see at the top in red, this meeting was about a de-enrollment strategy. Howard University's goal is 2,400 for incoming first-time college students. Right now, we are over by 300 plus, and it was more than that. Therefore, on or about July 20th, students that have not met all four of the above criteria that are not protected class, put a pin in that, will be de-enrolled. And so they came up with a rubric to see who they were going to put out, which included if you didn't pay your housing deposit, if you didn't register for classes, if you didn't submit health forms, and if you had not paid 50% of your balance by last Friday, which would have been July 10th. 3,000 students. Let's get it down to 2,400. Let's come up with this rubric. Oh, and we can't touch the protected class of students. Now, what might that be, you ask? For admissions and housing, they have a protected class, a group of students. They're special. You know, like famous people, their children, they're a protected class. Presidential honors, other academic honors students, athletes. Oh, and staff. Staff can have favorites, and they're protected also. So see, like Usher's son is on campus, he's on the list to be protected. So now let's go back to the July 15th meeting. They created a rubric. There were those 4 bullet points. Don't touch any of the protected class of students, and let's start to make a list. The first group of students that would be put out were those that didn't pay anything at all on their balance, the 0% people. Wednesday, you got to notice. The next group that would be put out were those of you that paid at least 25% on your bill. You got to notice Thursday. And the final group were those of you that paid at least 50% on your balance. You were put out on Friday. They knew they over-enrolled. They knew they had too many students. They thought for some reason that when you all heard about the housing situation, you were going to change your mind, or they were going to frustrate you enough for you to not want to come, even though you all were so determined to go to Howard. I know for a fact that enrollment, the bursar, financial aid, and admissions, every time you called them, they gave you a different story. Yeah, that was on purpose. If you called an office and spoke to a student representative that was trying to assist you, they gave you bad information also. That was intentional. So they over-enrolled, continued to admit students all through July, saw that 3,000 number was not whittling down, and had to hurry up and come up with a plan to kick y'all out of school. And that June 8th email was not sent to every student and every family. Nope. But tell me again how this is all the fault of the students and the parents and their illiterate, irresponsible selves.